Hey YouTube, in this deck profile we're going to be doing an update on my Maelstrom deck. So Maelstrom did get new support in Team Dragon's Vanity. So I did decide to change the deck just to test those cards out and see how well they do in here. And it did change the behavior of the deck in a way that makes it seem a little bit more fun to play since the deck's been around for quite a while now. So let's get right into it. For starters, I am still running 4 Glory Maelstrom. He is your win condition Vanguard. You're going to need this guy to close out the game. If you don't have him, your backup is... I finally have 4 of him. I don't think I posted a deck with 4 of him before on this channel, but 4 Blue Storm Dragon Maelstrom. This guy is extremely hard to find for some reason, and he's very, very pricey. So 4 of him, and the nice thing about him is he works really well with the new support cards. In fact, I feel like the new support wave actually benefits him more so than Glory Maelstrom. Glory Maelstrom, the way he plays is largely unchanged, but the regular Maelstrom is surprisingly good. So he's your restander, and this one is more of like your guard restrictor. That's the way I think about the two of them. So ideally you want to ride him first, because you need... This guy needs another Maelstrom in the soul. Either another one of him or another one of him. So you want to run like all Maelstrom in this deck. It's designed to have always Maelstrom as the Vanguard. So there are not really any other options for other grade 3s as a Vanguard. Now, Riptide Dragon used to be in this deck. I took him out, and I still kept him out. People are going to wonder why. Well, because the thing is, the grade 2 lineup changed enough to the point where I didn't really need Riptide anymore. With all of the pressure on the center line, Riptide is good, but I just didn't have any room for him. I might put him back in, though. I was only ever running like 1 or 2 copies of him. So for grade 2s, I'm running 4 Tidal Assault. You gotta run Tidal Assault over Algos. He's better than Algos in here because Maelstrom and Glory Maelstrom use Counterblast 1 every time you use their effect. And you're gonna want to use their effects every turn, so yeah. Tidal Assault's better. They don't use Soul. He does, so he fits in here better than Algos. Algos used to be in here, though. I'm running Coral Assault in here because he is a big attacker. This is the other reason why I don't really need Riptide anymore, because with Coral Assault kind of does what Riptide did, especially on the Maelstrom turns, or rather the Glory Maelstrom turns. It doesn't really matter. Like, you want to run 4 Coral Assault in this deck, so the deck has the most aggro columns that it can get, especially since we're running 3 of this new guy. So I'm running 3 Press Stream Dragon. Basically what he does, he's an 8k, which is kind of bad, but his effect is Rearguard Circle main phase, activate once per turn, Counterblast 1, and discard a card with Maelstrom in its card name from your hand, and one of your Vanguards with Maelstrom gets plus 10,000 plus 1 drive. So you essentially turn a re-ride gift essentially into a extra drive check that turn, and plus 10k power. So it's not going to happen all the time. That's why you only run 3 of him, and he's 8k body. So, but it does help, like I said, it helps this guy, because this guy usually swings on the second, as the second attack. Usually Tidal Assault's first, he's second, and then like you do this on the main phase, so he swings triple drive on second attack, and he's already plus 10, or plus 15, or plus 13 actually, because he himself made the front row of like plus 3. So helps regular Maelstrom, but it also does help Glory Maelstrom because they can only draw with 1 card, and the fact that he gives him, like, if he helps Glory Maelstrom in the sense that if you have to write Glory Maelstrom first, and let's say this is the grade 3 in your hand, you don't really want to go from Glory Maelstrom into regular Maelstrom. I mean, you could, but it's very situational to do that. It's best to just sit on Glory Maelstrom if you ride him first until you draw into another Glory Maelstrom. So if you have one of these, this will usually be the discard fodder for this guy's effect to give him the triple drive plus 10k power. So, you know, and they're only able to guard with 1 card. So unless they PG, they're probably not going to do anything. And then if you get lucky on criticals, you can probably push for game early that way. So that's the grade 2 lineup. Grade 1s, I'm running the regular PG because my Revan deck has my draw Sentinels. But this helps. This shows people. This is a good example here of that you can still build a good deck with the grade 1 Sentinels, and you don't have to worry about it being considered bad. It's still really good. You have Glory Maelstrom, you have regular Maelstrom, and you have a potential to restand, you know, without and not lose Twin Drive. So, still the deck is still functions really good this way, and it's Excel, so it's capable of doing this more so than like, you know, Force, where running these would be a lot harder to fit them in. Live Signals Penguin Soldier. He's in here because he works really good with Tidal Assault. He can also work really good with Coral Assault, but you know, he's mainly here to work with Tidal Assault. Next, I'm running 3 Calm Assault because he turns all your weak stuff into decent things when they attack. Like usually, this dude will attack 3rd, like right after Maelstrom, for instance, or Glory Maelstrom, and then at that point, like Calm will make him 13 base to the Vanguard, so he can hit like a Force Vanguard with Calm Assault's Soul Blast 1. So Soul Blast is pretty important resource in here. So we try to conserve the Soul Blast for my Tidal Assault and my Calm Assault. The Assault guys are the ones that use the Soul, basically. And then Coral Assault helps fill the Soul in those matchups where you need that card in hand, and you're up against someone who could bind him, for instance, from the front row. So, and then we are running the other new card, Analyze Shooters. So this guy is a 6K, but he is basically like Mario in old school Maelstrom, or Morganrot in Blau, if people remember those cards. Basically, when they attack, he boosts, it hits a Vanguard. You can Soul Blast 1, discard a card from your hand, and just straight up search your deck for 2 different Maelstroms with different names, reveal them, and put them into your hand. So he's the best Vanguard booster. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, if you draw him, you put him behind the Vanguard. You don't put Penguin Soldier behind the Vanguard. That's dumb. You put him behind the Vanguard. You put Calm Assault and Penguin Soldier on the left or right sides. Aqua Force is a hard to play clan because you have to know how to set up the field more strategically than your average deck. That's just how it goes. So Analyze Shooter is your Vanguard booster. You only really need 3 of him. You could even get away with running 2 of him if you wanted to put in like Riptide Dragon or something. But yeah, 3 of him just because I want to see this card go off more. And in the early game, he's boosting the Vanguard. Usually the Vanguard is the column that the opponent will not block. So, you know, you're going to do something like Tidal Assault will swing to the Vanguard early, and then either restand or not restand, and then they're going to do whatever, and then they'll block him probably, and then the Vanguard will swing, and then they're probably going to no guard him. But with this guy, it puts more pressure on them to waste cards in their hand early. So there's that too. So if they waste cards in their hand early, then that's it. When you go turn 3, that's basically the time you can close out the game. So that's part of the strategy, at least, the reasoning of how these cards work. And then for the trigger lineup, it's 4 front, 8 critical, and 4 heal. People are wondering, why aren't you running... well, I already explained I'm not running the Draw Sentinels. Why aren't you running more front? You don't need more front with this build. I mean, you could, but it's like, why? Why do that when you could just crit kill them instead, right? Like, you give Glory 10k on the drive, they can only block with 1 card. They'll probably just YOLO, and then you just crit kill them. They're probably going to assume, oh, this is Maelstrom. It's probably running like 8 fronts or something. And then you crit kill them because you're running 8 crits. So, you know, stuff like that. You still have the fronts, though, because you want to do the front plays with, like, Coral Assault and the Maelstrom restand potential and that kind of stuff. So that's why we run 4, but it's not essential to the deck, so that's why I only run 4. And then Officer Cadet Erikk. You could run any of the starters, but this is the one that's from the trial deck. I think there's like a Draco, there's a Bubble Draco Kid that came out with Maelstrom, Glory Maelstrom, and then there's the one from, there's Coasty from Last Card Revan. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the deck profile. That's my updated Maelstrom deck. So it changed slightly, no more Riptide, and I've got a new grade 2 and a new grade 1 to play around with, and they're pretty good with Maelstrom. Let me know what you guys think, what you would change, if anything, and if you enjoyed the video, Please hit that like button. It helps me feel like making more of these and try to experiment more with different deck types. So let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. If I've got the cards, I'll try to put together the deck. If you want to see more budget builds, let me know. If you want to see more expensive builds, although I think like the expensive builds, usually a lot of people cover those all the time when people look at like tournaments and stuff, so I don't feel like those are that interesting compared to the budget builds. So let me know what you want to see, and if I've got the cards, I'll put it together and I'll let you guys know my take on it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.